All right, it's Thanksgiving. Well, 2 days until Thanksgiving. But it's time to start thinking about the turkey. If you don't have it thawed yet, get it in a bath of ice water. Make sure you change out the ice somewhat regularly. You can put it in a cooler, you can put it in the sink, but you need to start getting it thawed. If it's still frozen rock hard in your freezer, putting it in the fridge won't work. So get it thawed, first thing. Second thing, we're gonna spatchcock this bird. There's dozens of videos out there to spatchcock it, but I just figured I would show you how I do it. And what I think. This is about a 16-pound bird. You start getting much more than that, and it gets pretty hard to spatchcock it. Getting through some of the bones is tough. Obviously, got the breast side here. I've seen people make a mistake of cutting down the breastbone here. No. You want to flip the bird over. Usually I'd wear gloves, but I don't have any right now, so it's just bare chickeny hands. I just won't touch anything else. All right, you got the backbone running here. Simply what you want to do is cut down the middle. There'll be some bones that are kind of hard to get through. You can use a cleaver or a knife if you want. I'm also going to cut off just some of the extra flappy skin we got hanging out here. Got a bowl for put the backbone in, the neck's in there. We'll put any other trimmings in there. That's going to be gravy. I'm going to be smoking this so you don't get all the nice pan drippings that you normally would when you roast it in the oven. So once again, this is the spine. This is what we want to come out. Then we want to flatten the bird. I'll give you 3 reasons. I think I have 3 reasons why I like to spatchcock. And it's not just because it's a fun word to say. I'm going to slice the skin. Sometimes the shears have a little bit of trouble making it through the skin, so I'm just going to slice the skin there. It's amazing the shears do a great job through bones, but they don't do as good a job through skin. 3 reasons. 1, you can cook a turkey a heck of a lot faster when you spatchcock it. This is a big, round, lumpy thing. You got legs and wings sticking out. You got just a lot. It's not a nicely shaped piece of meat. So when you spatchcock it, you get it nice and flat. So everything is one thickness. Like I said, right about here, there's usually a couple bones that are a bit tough to get through. So you can turn it around, come at it from the other end. We'll see if I can get these. So yeah, you got a nice flat bird. So everything cooks quicker. It's less, I guess, volume. There's more surface area out there to hit the heat. So things are gonna get quicker. There we go. Sometimes it takes a little bit of work. Once again, you get much bigger than a 16-pounder, and it gets tougher and tougher to spatchcock. I don't like cooking much bigger than the 16-pounder anyway. There could be some, there we go. Got it all done. Some food safety concerns where your bird's not going to be, it's going to be in the danger zone for too long. I don't really think that's too big a deal as long as you're cooking it well. But okay, now you just want to come down the other side and do it. Step 2, or the second reason I like spatchcocking is, I don't know if I finished the first reason. It cooks a lot quicker because it's all flat. It's not big and lumpy and bulbous. You can cook, depending on what temperature you go, you can cook a turkey this size in 2 hours, maybe even less, depending on how you're cooking it. Another reason, the dark meat and the light meat cook at the same rate, or get done about the same time. If you just roast a turkey, usually one of them is done a lot sooner than the other. So you end up with either a dry turkey breast or an undercooked, some undercooked thighs and legs and dark meat. So there we go. That's backbone is taken out. You want to give it a little slice right here in the breastbone. Some people like to take the breastbone out. I've never done that. I don't think I'm going to do it now. Someday I'll try it. If you have any little pieces and bits of stuff in here that you want to get out, go ahead and do that. If there's anything that needs to be trimmed up, go ahead and do that. There's some neck flap skin there. Let's get that off. Third reason I like spatchcocking. If you just roast this like you normally would, it would be sitting like this. All this skin underneath, the thighs and all this skin under here, it's just sitting in liquid for the most part. It's not going to get crisp. It's not going to get nice and it's not going to be good. Spatchcocking it, everything's flat. All of the skin is exposed. And here's where the fun part is. You get here a little bit of a crack. There we go. You want to basically have to break the breastbone. So you hear some nice satisfying crunches and cracks. And that right there is a spatchcock bird. You see the skin is totally exposed. So it's gonna all get nice and crispy, and honestly, the skin is probably the best part of the bird. It's what has all the seasoning on it. Your rubs, whatever seasoning you use, don't penetrate the meat. Even marinades don't really penetrate beyond the very, very surface of the meat. The molecules are just too big. Salt, it's good to get in there. This bird, most turkeys you buy at the store are going to be already kind of pre-brined. This one had a 4% solution. I think some of them have up to a 9% solution of salt and sugar and broth and other things that they soak the bird in while they're processing it. And it just helps make it a little bit juicier bird. But what I am going to do is dry brine this. So basically I'm going to sprinkle it with salt and sit it in the fridge for, well, until Thursday. When you're dry brining, you got to keep in mind what kind of seasonings you're going to use, what kind of rub you're going to use, what else you're going to use. If you have a salt-free rub, it's fine. Just put a lot of salt on it and you'll be good to go. If you have a rub that already has salt in it, you want to kind of be careful on how much salt you put in it. So I'm going to give it a light salt and we'll be good to go. And then the salt will penetrate the meat. It'll draw moisture out. It then takes moisture back in with it through osmosis. Don't worry, this is only salt for here. It's not going to be used for other stuff. So it's okay if my chickeny hands or turkey hands get in there. You just want to give it a fairly liberal sprinkling. I mean, again, this is 16 pounds of meat. It can handle a bit of salt. You don't need to be perfect as far as spreading it everywhere, because through 2 days it's going to move around and draw moisture in and out and all kinds of things. So the main reason I want to dry brine this one, like I said, I'll be using some other rub. I still haven't decided how I'm going to season it. Whatever rub it is, that'll have salt in it, so that'll give the flavor. But this just helps dry out the skin. It helps make for a little crispier skin. And again, it does help get some of the salt and flavor into the meat. And the salt helps retain moisture too. So that's about it. You know, I mean, once again, there's gonna be some salt in the rub I'm using. If I need more salt at that point, after I taste the rub and figure out what it is, I can always add more. But that's it. I'm gonna put it on a rack and set it in the fridge for 2 days uncovered. Once again, you want the skin to be fairly dry when you go to cook it so it gets nice and crispy. So that's spatchcocking a chicken. It cooks faster, cooks more evenly. Dark meat and white meat get done at the same time because you're pretty much it's flat here. You can tuck the wing tips under if you want. I might even just cut those off and throw those in with the neck and the back for my gravy. I'll probably end up doing that. And you get all the nice crispy skin, where if it's all folded under like a normal bird, it doesn't get that. So that is spatchcocking a turkey. I definitely recommend it. Much better way to cook a turkey than having it whole. You don't get the nice Norman Rockwell presentation, but you don't want to carve a turkey at the table anyway. If you see the fancy pictures where they're carving like this and nice little slices off, that's going with the grain of the meat. You end up with kind of tough turkey. If you take the whole breast off and slice it this way, you get nice tender pieces against the grain. So the Norman Rockwell presentation looks nice in pictures, but it's not the best way to do a turkey. So that's it. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about turkey, leave them below and I will answer them. Go ahead and subscribe if you like it, like the video, share it, do whatever you need to. If you think it's horrible, let me know that too. I want to hear that. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.